Most people think their retirement account is moving them closer to freedom. For a lot of people, it is quietly moving them closer to running out of money. You have been putting your money into 401k or IRA month after month, seeing that number climb slowly, convinced it is setting you up for easier days ahead. But something subtle is at work, quietly undermining those plans. And by 2030s, many accounts could feel far emptier than expected. It is not just a savings issue. Hidden pressures are speeding up the drain in ways most people never see it until they're already in it. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kaylee. I'm a dentist. I enjoy learning about finance and teaching people how to build sustainable and quiet wealth so they can feel calm and in control with their money. In this video, we are going to walk through exactly 3 things so at the end, you will know how to spot the hidden risks in your own retirement plan, understand the math behind why so many accounts might run dry faster than expected, and see a few strategies people use to protect their future without chasing high-risk schemes. And in number 3, I'm going to share one of the simple shifts that completely changed how I look at my own retirement accounts. So keep that in the back of your mind as we go. Let us start with number 1. The data that is quietly flashing warning signs. You do not need to become an economist. You just need to know roughly where you stand. Back when rules of thumb suggested having 10 to 12 times your salary saved by age 65, that felt big, but at least that was clear. Today, the reality looks very different. Vanguard's latest data shows that for people age 55 to 64, the median 401k balance is around $88,000. Median means half the people in that age group have less than that saved. On top of that, BlackRock has found that average savings rates have slipped from about 12% down to around 10% in recent years. People are feeling the squeeze from higher costs, student loans, helping kids, aging parents, and everything in between. Your parents or grandparents might have had a pension plus bond yields at around 6 to 8% of steady income. Today, many of the safer options sit closer to 3 to 4%, and that is before inflation. The market can give you amazing years, then follow them with rough ones. And the timing of those swings matters more than most people realize. Here is what usually happens. Most people never actually put that number next to these benchmarks. They just think, I'm contributing. I get a match. I will be fine and move on. I remember the first time I really checked my own numbers early in my career. It was not fun. I wanted to close the spreadsheet and just go back to pretending. But that uncomfortable moment is where clarity really starts. Ignoring it does not help. Facing it does. And the real trouble starts when these numbers collide with a set of forces that hit you right where you are finally ready to slow down. So let us move to number 2. The deeper reason behind this trend. It is not one villain. It is actually 4 forces crashing together at the same time. The first one is sequence of returns risk. That phrase sounds technical, but the idea is simple. It is the risk of getting bad market years at the wrong time. If your portfolio drops early in retirement while you're already pulling money out, you are selling more shares at lower prices. Imagine you retire with $500,000 and plan to withdraw 4% in your first year. That is $20,000. If the market drops 25% and your balance falls to $375, that same $20,000 is now more than 5% of what is left. You're eating a bigger slice of a smaller pie. Research shows that a rough first few years can dramatically shorten how long your money lasts, even if your long-term average return looks okay on paper. That is why you sometimes see 2 different retirees with similar balances and similar returns, but completely different outcomes. The order of returns, not just the average, matters. The second force is required minimum distributions or RMDs. As the rule stands now, most traditional retirement accounts require you to start taking withdrawals at the age of 73, whether or not the market is cooperating. It does not matter if you feel ready or not, or if your portfolio is temporarily down. The rules still demand that you pull money out and pay taxes on it. If the market is in a slump where those RMDs kick in and you're locking in losses and shrinking the base that future growth has to work with, it can feel like the rule book is overriding your common sense. The third is longevity risk, which is just a fancy way of saying you might live longer than your money. Overall life expectancy in the US is in the high 70s. So if you make it to 65, the average person can easily be looking at another 20 years or more. Many people underestimate how long they will live by 5 to 7 years. Think about what that means. You might plan for a 20-year retirement and end up with a 30-year retirement. If you retire at 65 with $300,000 and withdraw $15,000 a year, it might look fine in a simple projection that ends in your mid-80s. But what if you stay healthy and live to 95? Where does the money come from for those last 10 years? The fourth force is inflation, especially the kind retirees actually feel. The headline inflation number might average 2 to 3% over time, but retirees do not spend evenly across all categories. Healthcare, property taxes, and insurance can rise much faster. Recent estimates suggest that a 65-year-old retiring today might expect to spend around $172,500 on healthcare over the rest of their life, and that does not include long-term care. In my dental practice, I see what that looks like in real life. I have had patients delay treatment for years, not because they did not care about their health, but because they were afraid of what it might do to their savings and their retirement. That was the moment when this stopped being theoretical for me. That is when it became very, very real. Most people do not want a flashy retirement. They just want to stop feeling nervous every time the market dips. When you blend these four forces together, the math starts to move in the wrong direction. A portfolio can look impressive on a statement and still have its real spending power eroded quickly once you layer in inflation, taxes, forced withdrawals, bad timing, and longer lives. On top of that, surveys show that only a little over half of Gen X feels they're on track for retirement, even though they're next in line. So the tension you feel is not you being dramatic. It is you picking up on the real structural problem. The question is not, should I panic? The better question is, how can I build a plan that is less fragile? This is where number 3 comes in. What people who are quietly building wealth tend to do differently. People who feel calmer about retirement usually are not doing wildly complicated things. They are not trying to predict every market move. What they do is build flexibilities into their plan so they are not forced into terrible decisions at the worst possible time. They think in terms of levers, taxes, timing, and cash flow, not just chasing the highest return. One approach some people explore is using Roth conversions as a way to create more flexibility later. Instead of leaving every dollar in a traditional IRA or 401k, they gradually convert portions into Roth in years where their tax rate is reasonable. That means you pay tax now on the amounts you convert. In exchange, you get growth that can potentially be withdrawn tax-free in retirement if you follow the rules. And under current law, there are no RMDs on Roth IRAs. Having that tax-free bucket can reduce the pressure to pull from taxable accounts every single year. This is something you would always want to model with a tax professional because the details really matter. Another tool some households look at is certain types of permanent life insurance that build cash value over time. In some designs, the cash value can be accessed later through withdrawals or policy loans, and it does not move up and down with the stock market in the same way. There are no RMDs. For some people, it can act like a more stable pool they can tap in bad market years. But these are complex products with fees and trade-offs. They are absolutely not a magical solution or one-size-fits-all answer. If you explore them, it should be with someone who can lay out all the pros and cons very clearly. Finally, a lot of people working toward quiet wealth add income sources that are not just tied to one portfolio number. That might be a well-run rental property. It might be an income-oriented fund. It might even be a small business or side project that throws off cash flow. Higher yields always come with higher risk. There are never guarantees, but when it is done thoughtfully, having multiple income sources can reduce how much you are forced to pull from your main retirement accounts in down markets. In my own life, building income streams outside of dentistry completely changed how peaceful money felt. It was not about getting rich fast. It was about taking pressure off that single retirement number so future me has room to breathe. If this all feels overwhelming, this is completely normal. You do not have to fix your entire retirement plan tonight. The most powerful thing you can do is simply get clear on where you are and what levers you have. One simple starting point is this. Take the amount of yearly income you would like in retirement and multiply it by 25. If you want $60,000 a year, that is roughly a $1.5 million target. It is not a perfect rule. It does not replace a full plan, but it gives you some kind of plan. So instead of feeling ashamed or discouraged, you can look at that gap and say, okay, this is my map. Maybe the next step is increasing your savings rate a little. Maybe it is running a Roth conversion scenario. Maybe it is exploring one additional income stream. As we wrap this up, I want you to remember, this is not about fear. It is about clarity. Quiet wealth is not flashy. It is the feeling of knowing that future you is taken care of. That you get to decide how you spend your time instead of feeling pushed around by rules, bills, and market swings. If this resonated with you and you have had that quiet worry about retirement sitting in the back of your mind, tell me one insight you are taking away in the comments. It might be a number you want to check or a question you want to ask your advisor. Your comment might be the exact thing that helps someone else feel less alone. Thank you for being here with me. Take care of yourself and remember this. Peace is not found, it is built. I'll see you in the next video.